Mr. Hister here. In the last lessons, we looked at properties of equality and properties of congruence. And you may be thinking to yourself, okay, but why? Why am I going to use this? Well, this is what we're working towards. We're working towards being able to prove a statement. We are working to be able to prove a statement. And how we do this is very similar to how we proved that, in our algebra, proofs that, x was equal to 2 or something like that. So here is going to be not much difference, except it's going to be with the main event, with geometry. So let's look at our first proof. So this is our maiden voyage. This is our first proof. Now notice we have our statements on the left and our reasons on the right. These are going to be properties and definitions, also theorems, right? Theorems. So how we start this off is the first thing is always given, right? So this is, if you notice, here's our given statement. So our first statement to us is always given. We have to start somewhere. And we have to start with this figure. Now, what do we know? Well, we know that E is the midpoint. So what I'm going to do first is off to the side, I'm going to have a discussion. And what do I know from a midpoint? So I know that E is the midpoint. Well, I know that, okay, so E is the midpoint. So I know E is midpoint. So I know that DE will be equal to EF. I know that also that DE will be congruent to EF. I know that because this is a segment and there's one point in between, I know segment addition is true, so I know DE plus EF is equal to DF. So these were midpoint. This is segment addition. So I'm just looking at this figure and thinking, what do I know? What do I know? Okay, so now hopefully my discussion will help me find something out. Okay, so notice, hey look, right away. First statement, DE is equal to EF, and that is because this is a midpoint. That is literally the definition of a midpoint. Definition of a midpoint. Okay, so let's see. How has it changed? How did we go from step 2 down to step 3? Well, notice it looks like something was added here. Right? We have something new. We have something new. So here's plus. Looks like there's a DE that showed up. Well, notice, look, we could add DE to both sides. Right? And then that would give us EF plus DE and DE plus DE. So this is the addition property of equality. Right? So this is the addition property of equality. Okay, so now what did we do here? Let's look at the next. How did we go from 3 to 4? Well, it looks like the left side, or the right side rather, this is still the same, but this left side has been cleaned up. If you have x plus x, that's 2x. If you have, a cat plus a cat, that's 2 cats is equal to 2 cats. So hopefully you see that DE plus DE is 2 DEs. This is just combined like terms. Because all I'm doing here is, taking 1 DE plus 1 DE is 2 DEs. So how did it change from 3 to 4? Well, that's combining like terms. And then let's look at what's going on over here. Well, notice this was kind of the last thing that I looked at. This actually kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like, wait a second. How did it change? This seems completely disconnected. And you're right. But however, from our discussion, what we saw is that that's one thing that we knew just from the figure. We knew from the figure that we could use segment addition. And so what is being stated in step number 5? Well, this is just segment addition. This is the segment addition postulate. And so what are we doing here? Well, notice that we make a conclusion at the very end. So we go from 2DE is equal to DE plus EF. DE plus EF is equal to DF. And now we're saying 2DE is equal to DF. Now watch. A is equal to B. B is equal to C. So A is equal to C. This is the transitive property. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. A is equal to C. So how can we make that last conclusion? Well, this is literally the transitive property. One second. What's up? Huh? 1 second. So literally 1 second. I got to finish this video. So what we did here is just use our properties of equality and transitivity and congruence. And so hopefully you find this insightful.